Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. I'm Steve McMillan along with BJ Duvall or Will Duvall, and it's qualifying time for the Bluegrass Xfinity Series here at Texas for Dwayne Collins Memorial. First on the track, car number 46.
Sean Kostritza. It's a super late model driver out of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Fond du Lac. It's a fun one to say.
It is. Also on the track is David Sheets in the 06 from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Then you have Chris Blanchard in the 19 from Clinton, Maine. Kenny Johnson's on the track with Dothan, Alabama. Tony Iverson from Fernley, Nevada, out on the track. All putting some lap times down. Well, BJ, we saw an interesting truck race last night. Some good action. I expect that here tonight with this Xfinity Series.
Absolutely. We went the entire first stage of the race, rather, caution free, and then everybody got a little bit more aggressive for the final 60 laps. I look forward to seeing something similar tonight. Stage break tonight at lap number 60 as lap times are now going down. We have Logan Smith at the top of the board right now. He ran a 30.36. Good enough for quick time so far. And then Tony Iverson's going to take it away from him with a 30.2.
Also on the track, car number 9. It's Bryce Hunter. Bryce Hunter in car number 9. Look at Sean go quick time with a 30.18. Iverson second, Smith, Johnson. Now look at Sheets now goes quick time with a 30.12.
Drivers getting progressively quicker and quicker as qualifying goes on. It looks like the gap right now very, very slim from first place pretty much all the way down through the top 10 that have put a lap down so far, only a half a tenth apart. Tony Iverson takes the top time away once again with 30.09 second lap. Very quick time.
Nate Maurer goes 8th quick in the 971 machine. Darius Boyd on the track and car number 31. There's James Silvers there in the 33 machine. Jeremiah Hobbs on the track there. Coming out for his lap. What about Joey Dissett last night? Coming home in a 3rd place finish in the Truck Series.
What a wild finish it was, too. Sliding sideways for the finish. He beat out Blanchard, I think it was, for that 3rd place finish. Just barely beating him out. I think it was 4 1,000ths of a second. Steve, that is from the front bumper to the tire of that truck.
Definitely. There's Rayburn on the track in the 44 machine. Coming out turn number 4, going through the dog leg there. From North Carolina. Corey Stahl in the 66 from Youngstown, Ohio. Look at Doug Neal go quick time with a 30.02. Maurer second. Iverson, Sheets, Hunter, your top 5. Look at the set go 3rd quick now. There's Ted Wade on the track in the 32 from Parkersburg, West Virginia.
Hey, close to me. I'm sorry. I've got to root for the West Virginia boy. I am sorry, guys, but I got to.
Corey Stahl. Oh, go ahead.
I said Andy's got my number.
Corey Stahl goes 14th quickest in the 66 machine. On his second lap, down the back straightaway. Rayburn Goes fifth quick into 44. Ted Wade takes that top time with a 30.02. He ties with Doug Neal.
Steve, the difference between their time is literally 1,000th of a second. 9/1,000ths of a second. Correction. 9/1,000ths of a second. Nearly identical lap times between those two. Ted Wade just barely edging him out.
Then you see Michael Robinson on track, the 88 from Riverside, California. So Wade, Neal, Maurer, Dissett, and Iverson, your top 5 so far qualified.
Some incredibly quick lap times put down here tonight. Looking forward to seeing this race and how this race is going to turn out. Drivers getting faster and faster, and Scott Fritz puts down our first sub 30-second lap. It's 29.95. Fritz absolutely flying.
Yes, Scott Fritz is in that 0-1 machine as he's cooling it down there. Look at the 6 machine, Brad Deere from Warsaw, Indiana. Also on track is Jason Collins in the 3 machine. BJ, got a question for you.
All right.
I know we're in a booth, but is there a truck right next to us?
Oh, I forgot to turn my AC off for this. Let me fix that for you. And I'm picking up a little bit of mic feedback through my mic, so I am going to work on that real quick and let you do your thing.
Justin Winters goes 21st. Brad Deere 22nd. Jason Collins coming out of turn number 4 down the dog leg. Let's see what he puts down for his first time lap. He goes 27th quick right now. Brad Deere up to 10th. It's Fritz, Wade, Neal, Maurer, and Dissett, your top 5. Justin Winters in that 22nd qualifying position right now. Collins is 27th. This comes out turn number 4. Let's see if he can improve. He goes 8th quick.
A lot of really fast, a lot of really close lap times being put down. We're fixing to have some really exciting races. Drivers still to put times down to Slider, Carico, Richards, Bryson, Osborne, Merriam, and Kinder.
28 drivers have taken time so far here at Texas for the Dwayne Collins Memorial. Well, BJ, you know, the truck race last night when the green flag came out, they were really racy.
Yes, they really were. A lot of side-by-side work, a lot of battles for position, a lot of battles for the lead, Steve, especially coming down to the wire for the for the stage finish.
Oh, yes. And then we had some front runners have some problems on the pit roads. One with a penalty, one spinning it sideways. Come back throughout the field through the race and have a good finish. So let's see.
Right about 30 seconds remaining in qualifying. Not quite enough time for the drivers that have not put a lap down, so qualifying is pretty much in the books. Once again, your top 5 is Fritz, Wade, Neal, and Maurer. And then do set your top 5 right now in qualifying.
You're watching Ultimate Dirt TV, the Bluegrass Xfinity Series.
Qualifying has concluded as we get set for our starting grid. Drivers lining up now. There's your qualifying results on the board. Fritz, Wade, Neal, Maurer do set your top 5. Iverson, Shutters, Collins, Stahl, and Sheets your top 10.
Here's tonight's starting grid on the pole. The 0-1 from Tyler Berry Motorsports. It's Scott Fritz to his outside. The front Motorsports car number 32. It's Ted Wade.
Inside row number 2 from Simbox Motorsports is going to be Doug Neal in the 77 to his outside. Also from Simbox Motorsports is going to be Nate Maurer in the 971.
Your third row inside the Misfits Motorsports. Car number 16 is Joey set to his outside. Iverson Autosports. Car number 72, it's Tony Iverson.
From Cornerstone Motorsports on the inside of row number 4, it's going to be Radburn Shutters in the 44 to his outside. From Bluegrass Motorsports in the 3, it's going to be it's going to be Jason Collins. Brain shut down for a second.
Row number 5, it's Corey Stalls in the Distant Motorsports. Car number 66 to his outside. This Sheets Racing. Car number 06 is David Sheets.
Inside row number 6 from Glovebox Motorsports in the 6, it's going to be Brad Neer. To his outside from Elite Motorsports in the 1, it's going to be Adam Lancaster.
Road off 13th to be Bryce Hunter in the Pioneer Racing. Car number 9 to his outside. The Wolf Pumps. Car number 46 is Sean Kastritza.
Inside row number 8 from Empire Motorsports in the number 10, it's going to be Jeremy Hobson. To his outside from Empire Motorsports in the 88, it's going to be Michael Robinson.
Road off 17th tonight be Stephen Thomas from car number 23 to his outside. It's Logan Smith in the 85.
Inside row number 10, it's going to be from Cornerstone Motorsports, Tyler Evans in the 22 to his outside from the High Side Hustlers. It's the 29 of Travis Twitty.
Road off 21st night, it's Chris LeBourgeois in the 83. To his outside is Kenny Yance in the 4 in the Unfunded Motorsports. Underfunded.
In 23rd on the inside, it is going to be from Elite Justin Winters. In the 7 to his outside from New England, it is the 2 of Brandon Roberts.
Road off 25th beat Chris Blanchard in Misfits Motorsports. To his outside is David Proctor in the 99.
Row number 14 on the inside from the Plains, it's going to be Darius Boyd in the 31. To his outside from Cornerstone Motorsports in the 33, it's going to be James Silvers.
Road off 29th in a Color Teal Racing. Car number 48 is Mo Abbott. To his outside in Glovebox Motorsports. Car number 15 is Justin Slider.
And from the Virginias, it's going to be on the inside of row 16, Gregory Carrico in the 18, and to his outside in the 12 from Carolina, it is going to be Robbie Richards.
Ed Osborne, roll off 33rd, 34th to be Dylan Merriam in the 25.
And it's going to be in row number 18, Mike Bryson, the 71, and John Kinder in the 21, 71-21. I think I said that wrong, just like so.
All right, the pace car makes the hard left-hand turn in the pit road. The field's in the hands of Scott Fritz. As they come down, the green flag is waving. We're racing here in Texas with the Bluegrass Xfinity Series. A good start for the 0-1 of Scott Fritz as they go into turn number 1. Thomas to his outside, or way to his outside. Look at Doug Neal in that 77, currently running third. Down the back straightaway. You look at these drivers. Look at the run that Wade gets to the outside of Fritz. They go into turn number 3. Wade tried to give it all he has out of turn number 4 down to dogleg. Give it to Scott Fritz leading lap number 1, BJ.
Scott Fritz definitely got to be one of the favorites out here tonight. Every time he shows up, he's extremely strong, and he started on pole tonight. They are single filed out now in the top 5. Rolling down through turns number 1 and 2. Good speed shot here. You see drivers coming down. A little bit of 2-wide battles going on further back through the field. Right on board now with the 16 of Doucette. Looking at the back of Tony Iverson. These drivers playing it safe right now. Staying calm coming out to turn number 4.
Look a little further back to the lead. Lap number 2. Scott Fritz doing a good job out front. Ted Wade, Doug Neal, Nate Maurer, and Tony Iverson. Your top 5. Joey Doucette in that 6th position. Radburn shutters there in 7th. Jason Collins, Brad Neer, and Corey Stahl, your top 10. Look a little further back. You got lot 2 wide action here at Texas in the early stage in the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, looking right now, you got the number 9, and that's going to be Bryce Hunter running alongside of Stephen Thomas in the 23. That is for 13th and 14th. You see a little bit more battling going on further up, side by side. Everybody's playing it pretty safe right now. They've got to lap 60, Steve, on the stage. Everybody's going to stay calm right now and conserve their tires. This track eats up tires very, very aggressively for these guys, so it's going to slow them down very fast here tonight.
Well, you look at the 77, Doug Deal already lost the spot. Now look at Tony Iverson to his inside. Tony Iverson takes over that 4th position. Doug Deal's falling back to 5th. As we're fixing to do a little bit of the crank it up lap now. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Scott Fritz continues to lead on lap number 6 here at Texas. BJ, so far, so good. These drivers are putting on a show for you at home watching.
They absolutely are. You got the Dirt Boy leading. You got the West Virginia boy running second. We got a battle going on for 3rd right now between Iverson and Maurer. It's going to be Iverson on the inside, Maurer on the outside, running side by side. Right now it's Iverson with the position coming off turn number 2. Maurer's going to take it away from down the back straightaway. That outside line manages to continue to hold that momentum through the corner. The shortest way around the track prevails through the turns. You see right there with Iverson taking position away out of turn number 4.
Look a little further back. Ed Osborne currently running 30th. Mike Bryson, David Proctor, Dylan Marion, Darius Boyd. Then you have Chris, and you have John Kinder there, rounding out your field. But look at your lead pack here. Scott Fritz continues to lead here at Texas, doing a fantastic job. Actually starting to pull away from Ted Wade.
Yeah, this being one of the shorter tracks on the schedule, we have a lot of 1.5 mile tracks in the NASCAR schedule, and a lot of longer tracks, 2 miles being super speedways. Fritz ran really good at Daytona, and then he told us there at Daytona that his dirt experience helps him a lot here on these shorter tracks such as Texas, especially on the shorter ones that we're going to be going to later in the season, like Bristol, Martinsville, things like that. Right now we're seeing the difference in abilities with the shorter tracks and throttle control from Scott Fritz right now as he continues to pull away from the field.
Right now, Jason Collins currently running 6th. Joey Dessat, who came home 3rd last night in the Truck Series, currently running 7th. As we look, fixing the ride on board with Joey Dessat there. As it comes down the front straightaway past the flag stand. Neat little view.
Absolutely. I really like the red on his car. It's like matte, but still has a little bit of shine. It's not completely flat. Enjoying that red. Get a good looking ride. Everybody in the top, let's think about the top 8. No, we're just about the entire field actually is now single filed out. Everybody remaining calm here tonight. Top 3 pulling away from the rest of the field. Looks like Fritz might have slowed down a little bit as Wade is catching back up to him little by little each lap.
Well, something a little different we haven't seen this season is the sunset here at Texas. It's been all day races, the first 2 races. This is going to be the first race of transitions tonight. And you got to wonder how these setups are going to work, how these drivers are going to adjust to these setups, or to the change of the track, BJ. There ain't much they can do. Mainly, what's the main thing they can change?
Tire pressures. They could change their tire pressures a little bit in the whenever they go down to the pits. The cars are going to get a little bit tighter, so if they're going to be changing something, you're more likely going to be seeing a little bit higher tire pressure in the right rear, maybe a little bit less in your left or rear. This caution flag waves here tonight on lap number 14.
All right. Here is the caution. Chris Blanchard. Oh, gets sideways there and spins it around.
Yeah, it looks like he might have had a little help on the inside. Drivers were 3 wide right there going into the corner. Really easy thing to do. It's like a quick lane change. We might have got in the back of the 29 there, seeing a little bit of damage on the back rear of the 29. And yes, he does. He gets into the back of him. A little bit of checkup going into the corner. He just got stuck with nowhere to go. Causes him to get loose there going into turn number 3.
As we look on the onboard there, you guys see the car on the outside. Comes down tad bit. Got water that just kind of startled him there. Then going into turn number 3, makes contact with the 29. Travis Twitty having some rear end damage there. Blanchard having some nose damage. But luckily, the drivers, the majority of them were able to get around.
Everybody doing a good job avoiding that wreck right there. The 29 machine of Twitty doing a very good job holding on to it, not making the caution any worse by spinning out there himself. Would have collected several cars, but he let the car drift on down to the apron, did a good job holding on to it. Everybody's still going to come out okay. Get lined back up and get going back green here momentarily.
Well, don't forget the caution's brought to you by Blanchard's Towing, servicing Central Maine and beyond. Give them a call at 207-817-0105 for all your towing needs. Well, that was exciting.
Yeah, definitely going to change things up, get us bunched back up. Everybody has started to single file out already, but now everybody's going to get bunched back up, be side by side, double file, restart. Fritz is going to have a lane choice here, but really interested in seeing if these drivers are going to settle down once again, or if they're going to start going after it now, as we are about a quarter of the way through our first stage.
So, we're going through real quick. We're looking. So, 14th position. That's Nate Maurer. Came down pit road. Doug Neal, Adam Lancaster. Everybody behind him came down pit road. And you got to wonder, did they take tires or did they just take fuel? What would you do?
I'm showing 3 cars that took tires. I am sitting in these drivers' positions. I would have come down as well. I would have done a top off on fuel to stick out there as long as I could. I would not have used a tire set just yet. Looks like the lights are out and Fritz is choosing the inside, but no, I would not have taken tires this early. I do think pitting and taking fuel, doing a little top off, was the right move though.
Lights are out of the pace car. The field is in the hands of Scott Fritz as he chooses the inside line for the restart. Ted Wade is outside. Then you have Tony Iverson, Jason Collins on row number 2. Row number 3 is Joey Doucette and Brad Deere, Stephen Thomas and Corey Stahl. And row number 4. Row number 5 is Kenny Yance and Brandon Robertson. As the cars come off turn number 4, you look at the pace car, pull it off into pit road there. Waiting for Scott Fritz. He gets a good little start there.
Much better launch from Fritz that time than the initial start. Heading down into turn number 1, Scott Fritz has got it cleared by about 4 car lengths. Ted Wade with a little bit of a run on the entry there. He's going to close up the gap by a car length of 2. Oh, he has still got Tony Iverson right there behind him, keeping him on his top 3 already, pulling away from the rest of the pack.
Well, BJ, good thing is, last night Keith Hackney hit that wall, messed up the cameras, and they got fixed today.
Yeah, they did. Our camera crew was hard at it, working very hard on getting those cameras situated. And, looks like everything's back in the ball game.
Definitely, that was very odd to see a camera flipped over. But I've never seen it. It's the first time, and I know it worked all right in the first part of the race. But out front, Fritz continues to lead. Ted Wade, Tony Iverson, Jason Collins, and Brad Neer, your top 5. Then you have Joey DeSent in 6, Steve Thomas, Kenny Yance, Brandon Robertson, Corey Stahl. And look a little further back there, 2 wide. You see the 7 machine. That's Justin Winters. Mo Abbott in the 48. Looking to his outside, that's the battle for 11th and 12th on the board.
Yeah, it looks like the battle furthest up may have just settled out. That was going to be between the 16 and the 6 of Doucette and Neer. Looks like Doucette got the position. They are single filing back out now. Battle still going on for, looks like it's going to be I believe that's the 13th and 14th position there. So we look on board now with Justin Winters in the 7 machine. Drivers, a lot of these drivers, you notice, they're entering a lot higher into the corners than what we saw last night in the trucks. These cars carry a lot more.
He just hit the wall there. You see damage now on the right-hand side of the fender.
Steve, are you at it again?
I got to quit getting on people's onboard. That's what happened to Peacock last night. I was on board, and he spins out on pit road.
Oh, boy. Here we go again. Steve's cursing everybody.
But Justin Winters, he's going to have to hold on until the next pit stop to try to repair damage to that car. Meanwhile, back up front, it's still Scott Fritz. Ted Wade closing in the 32 machine.
Ted Wade, if you ask me, he's doing everything right. He's sticking behind Fritz. He's keeping that draft on Fritz. He's not pushing the car. He's not using up a lot of fuel right now. He's able to keep that draft off of Fritz a little bit, save a little bit of fuel, and run a little bit longer. And Steve, I might be a little bit biased, but he's from West Virginia. He's got number 32, and he's in a Chevy. He's definitely doing everything right tonight.
He definitely is, as he's tried everything he has. As we're on lap number 23. Going a little further back in the field, 3 wide action. There you saw with the 1 of Adam Lancaster, Robbie Richards, and I believe that was Mo Abbott. But now they're settled down to 2 wide action as they come out turn number 4 down the dog leg. Good racing. Mid-pack, look a little further back. There you see Logan Smith. Radburn Shutters there in the 23rd. He's down 16 positions to the start of this race in that 44 machine. And look even further back, there you see Ed Osborne, David Sheets in the 06. He's down 24 positions. You gotta wonder, is there something wrong or they're just saving?
I gotta think they're just out there saving right now, not pushing the car. Unless they pushed it early on, trying to make up spots, and it really hurt them. It's very possible, but there are also several of those drivers are amongst the drivers that pitted in the first caution, so that's going to set them back right there. So they might be sitting back, holding onto their tires, holding onto their cars a little bit longer.
As they're trying to see out turn number 4. The front pack now on board with Scott Fritz. As 124 laps to go here at Texas for the Dwayne Collins Memorial, the Bluegrass Xfinity Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV. As you look at this front pack here, it's starting to pull away. And then you see Brad Neer. Brad Neer leading that second pack, and then that 22. That's Tyler Evans, takes over 8th. You gotta wonder if he would want to catch up to that front pack there, BJ, because he's now pulling away from Brad Neer.
It's definitely looking like it. He has picked up the pace. He has kicked it into another gear by the looks of it, and he's got it back on the move. He might have been sitting back for the first 20 laps of this race, taking himself a little bit of a break, letting the guys up front wear it out a little bit more. And now that they've worn it out, he's getting back on it and getting going. You see the 2 machine there, Brandon Robertson. He's one of those drivers that likes to hold out on his fuel and push it right up to the end and try to take those stage wins and the race wins by saving fuel. And he's done a fantastic job of it here in this season already. You see him sitting right now in the 11th position, up 13 spots already from the start of this race.
Looking a little further back in the field, you see some 2 wide action there. You see Justin Winters. He's fallen back to 24th after making contact with the outside wall there. Nursing that car to the next stage. We got drivers coming down pit road. Kenny Yance and Chris down pit road. I can hear out of BJ there's more drivers calling. They're heading down pit road, BJ. Who do you hear?
Well, I heard the 66 sounded like, I'm working on my sound right now so I don't keep coming through. Several drivers actually calling them out, getting ready to come down. So it looks like we're going to be looking right around 30 laps on our pit cycle.
Tony Iverson, Brad Neer, Corey Stahl, all down pit road. As you look right now, Scott Fritz continues to lead. Ted Wade under attack from James Silvers. Silvers to the outside, takes over second. Now you got to look, your front driver, Scott Fritz and Ted Wade are coming down pit road. So is Jason Collins. James Silvers takes the lead.
Scott Fritz getting on the brakes a lot faster than Ted Wade, nearly having a collision there coming into pit road. That was nearly disastrous for our top 2, maybe even top 3, as Jason Collins was right there, right behind them as well. Good job by Ted Wade to get it woed up in time.
As we were watching pit road, there's James Silvers there. He's put these guys a lap down. Robbie Richards, Tyler Evans, Adam Lancaster. Scott Fritz does make it off of pit road in that group first.
Fritz, Wade, and Collins sticking right there. Doucette's right behind them. When the pit stop cycles back around, it should put those 4 back into the top 4, depending on how quick they were able to get it and how quick the other drivers were. But very fast pit stop for all 4 of those drivers.
Well, we look right here. James Silvers, he took a pit stop under that first caution. So he has a little bit, BJ. And right now, he's way out in front here at Texas.
Yes, he is. Silvers currently sitting about a second and a half, a little over a second and a half ahead of Robbie Richards right now. He's sitting very pretty. If he's able to get in and get out quickly, maybe save his tires. He was among the drivers that pitted during the first caution. So this could really help them, really benefit him. This might cycle out, possibly even be able to run it close at least to the end of the stage.
Well, right now you're watching Scott Fritz in the 0-1 maneuvering around these drivers, try to get a lap back. Currently sitting in 20th position. James Silvers continues to lead as we check off lap number 34 on lap number 35. Robbie Richards sitting in that second spot. Tyler Evans and Gregory Carrico there in 4th. And Nate Maurer, your top 5. Adam Lancaster, Doug Neal, and Bryce Hunter are in the pits. You know what, BJ? I was like, that Bryce name sounds familiar.
I mean, he probably should. We have quite a few hunters that race in World of Thunder. They race on Ultimate Dirt TV, quite often one of those is actually Bryce Hunter. I think he's a pretty balanced driver between asphalt and dirt.
Well, you look at Nate Maurer there. He's currently in fifth in the 971. Putting pressure on Gregory Carico there, who's running fourth. Scott Fritz, one lap down. Currently running 15th there. Right behind him's Ted Wade. They were your top two runners that are clicking off the drivers one by one. And they're going to try to earn their lap back the hard way.
The hard way is definitely one way to put it. If you can earn your laps back before the leader pits, it's going to help you out quite a bit, as it gives you a head start once the leader does go down pit road. And these guys are doing exactly what they need to get there.
Scott Fritz up to 14th. There you see Jeremiah Hobbs currently in 11th. Redbird right there to 44, currently running 6th, as Robbie Richards in the 12 machine takes over the race lead from James Silvers as the battle is on for the lead up front. Look at the 7 of winners going around to both.
Winners is absolutely on the move right now, working his way around the track very, very quickly. He is currently sitting in fact, found him in 29th, but still moving very fast back around this track, getting his laps back, trying to get back up there and get a move on. These drivers should be cycling around with Richards, Silvers, Evans, our top 6 all the way down to Blanchard, still have not pitted since the caution. Sean Kostrich and Blanchard heading down pit road right now, it looks like.
Yes, they are. They're just waiting for Robbie Richards to pit and James Silvers. Going back to Scott Fritz. He's worked his way up to 10th. Ted Wade has gotten around him. Ted Wade up to 9th there.
Looking back at the last 2 weeks of racing, the last 2 weeks of Xfinity racing. Remember, we took last week off, so the first week and the second week at Talladega and Auto Club. Scott Fritz took second in both of those races, so you know he's going to be looking to try to better that by one more position. He's been running relatively the top 2 all night long, leading the majority of this race until the pit stops began. We got one going around. That's going to be the 12 car.
Of Robbie Richards. He was running up front, got a little loose. Hit when he locked at the brakes there. Meanwhile, your race leader is James Silvers as he's reclaimed the lead. Down the back straightaway, Tyler Evans is second. Redbird Shutters there in 4th, and Chris Blanchard in 5th.
22 car of Evans right there doing a good job to let everybody go by that were lapped down as he gets ready to head down pit road. Looks like with his teammate, the 44 of Shutters, both drivers heading into pit road.
Now you gotta look. Ted Wade right there in 6th position. Out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway through the dog leg. Ted Wade will move up to that 3rd position. Now you got Chris Blanchard leading as he's coming down pit road. David Proctor in 2nd, as there's Proctor to 99. So you saw Blanchard come down pit road. Proctor's on the back straightaway. And right there on the back straightaway is Ted Wade. Scott Fritz a little behind him. Jason Collins, Joey DeSette, Tony Iverson, Stephen Thomas, and Brad Deere, and Adam Lancaster. Round out your top 10. Blanchard and Proctor now are both on pit road, giving the lead to Ted Wade. Wade and Fritz, 1 and 2. Collins in that 3rd spot there. DeSette and Iverson. Now, you got to say, Collins, DeSette, Iverson, and Thomas, they're kind of really tight there as Wade and Fritz, they kind of work their way pretty well through the traffic to get a little ahead of them.
Yes, they absolutely did. I think a couple of drivers there, Proctor being one of them, waited just a bit too long as Wade and Fritz had already unlapped themselves and were catching up to the back of them down the back straightaway before they pitted. I think they waited just a bit too long there to head down pit road. That's really going to hurt them here in the last bit of this first stage. But Wade and Fritz showing how strong they are once again. Collins in a battle for third right now. Doucette looking to his inside.
As you're on board with Stephen Thomas, as he's running the outer line out turn number 4, getting really close to the outside wall. You can see the drivers in front of him. That's Iverson, Doucette, and Collins. Look at the different lines the drivers go into turn number 1 there. Thomas right up against that inside white line. Gets on the gas out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway.
Sticking right up to the back bumper. You've seen it there going down into turn number 3. Sticks up the back bumper of the 72 of Iverson. Iverson looks like he's got a little bit of connection issue going on there. That could play a big factor into Stephen Thomas and get him a little bit tripped up there. As we look back up now at Collins and Doucette, single file nose to tail. Looks like Doucette's going to take a look to the inside of Collins once again down in turn number 3. Collins 6 to the outside, Doucette to the inside. Doucette, massive run down in turn 3, coming off of turn number 4. Doucette's got the position right now as they head down towards the start-finish line.
Start-finish line into turn number 1. Give it to Doucette for that third position now. Now he has his eyes set on Fritz. And then you have Ted Wade. Ted Wade's right about 15, 20 car lengths ahead of Scott Fritz there. Fritz is falling back, or Joey Doucette is really gaining some speed as he's caught up to Scott Fritz out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway through the dog leg there as we on lap number 49, completed lap number 48 here at Texas, the Dwayne Collins Memorial. The show right now, the battle on the track is Joey Doucette looks to the inside of Scott Fritz down the back straightaway. Fritz goes to the high side. Doucette goes to the bottom. He sticks it right against that white line. Give it to Doucette out of turn number 4 for that second position. Fritz will fall in line there. And then you had Jason Collins and Stephen Thomas rounding out your top 5.
Definitely seeing a lot of driver respect there. Well done by those drivers. Fritz seen Doucette coming, seen the speed, moved up to the high side and let Doucette have it. Really good move to make here early on in the race. We're coming into turn number 3. Going to be 10 to go on the first stage at the stripe this time by. But Fritz has fallen back. I don't know if he's getting a little uncomfortable as the car tightens up. Track's cooling down as it gets darker. It gets later in the night. Track is cooling down. It's tightening up the car. Fritz being a dirt driver, you got to think he's a little more comfortable with a looser car. So with the track cooling down, it's going to tighten him up. He might be getting a little uncomfortable. So we're on board now with the 23 of Stephen Collins.
Stephen Thomas in that 23 machine now looks to the inside. Fritz going to close the door there. As we complete lap number 51 on lap number 52 here at Texas. Looking a little further back, you see Doug Neal, Corey Stahl, Gregory Garico there. Currently running 13th. Then you got Nate Maurer. He is running 14th.
Maurer was up there in the top 5 for a little bit. He's now looking to fight back. See him on the very inside there down the back straightaway, shooting to the inside in turn number 3. He's going to take the position away from the 66. Not sure who the Corey Stahl there he is. Couldn't find him there, but he's going to take the position away from Corey Stahl there and now start to look his way up there to the 6 machine and the 18 up in front of him, trying to get his way back up there to the front and into the top 10 for those stage points.
Now looking at Justin Winters. He's falling a lap down. Look at Joey Doucette there in second, looking to put him a lap down. The 1 machine, that is
Adam Lancaster in third.
Adam Lancaster. They both get around winners. Winners goes a lap down in 32nd spot. There's Jason Collins. Brandon Robertson in the 2 machine, currently in 8th of 16 spots. James Silvers in the 33 machine, currently in 9th, up 19 spots. Gregory Carico in the 18 machine. He's up 21 spots in that 10th position. BJ, those 3 drivers have passed a lot of cars tonight.
Yes, they absolutely have. They are moving forward quickly. Some cars getting ready to pit here with 5 to go in the stage. A bit surprising. Some drivers are calling it out, getting ready to pit again. This is in hopes to set them up coming back to the green flag so that they'll be up in the front for all the cars that pit at the stage break. But those 3 drivers, Robertson, Silvers, and Carico, flying up through the field, doing a really good job with their pit strategy, getting up there through the field. One of those drivers calling out their pit is going to be the 32 of Ted Wade.
Well, you saw Ted Wade there. Adam Lancaster catch him in a hurry. Ted Wade coming down pit road with 3 to go for the first stage. Adam Lancaster, now your race leader. Joey Doucette, Stephen Thomas, Scott Fritz, and Jason Collins, your top 5 here in Texas for the Dwayne Collins Memorial. As Lancaster comes out, turn number 2, down the back straightaway. There you see Joey Doucette. Stephen Thomas a little further back there with Scott Fritz and Jason Collins.
And Lancaster on his way to another good night. Our first 2 winners of the season right there, sitting 1 and 2, and they're looking to take another stage. As Lancaster is leading the way right now, who is one of the later pitters as he pitted on lap 34, and then you got Doucette pitted on lap 30. These drivers are set to make it to the end of the stage. But there again, you got to remember there are several drivers looking for the win on the race from the stage on out, getting those good positions coming back from the stage, that including one of our top 3 drivers all night long, Ted Wade.
Well, look at Ted Wade there. He's a lap down in 27th position. There's Adam Lancaster going into turn number 1. Joey Doucette, Stephen Thomas, Jason Collins. Collins looking to the inside of Thomas. He'll take over that 3rd spot. And there is a gaggle of cars there on the back straightaway. 3 wide going into turn number 3. The 971 of Nate Bauer there. Up to 6th position. I'm sorry, up to 4th position. Looking to the inside of Collins. As we just completed lap number 59 on lap number 60. Adam Lancaster coming out turn number 4 down the back straightaway.
Adam Lancaster set up beautifully to take the stage win here as we're heading into turn number 3 now for the final lap of the stage. Caution flag going to wave here at the flag. And here comes Adam Lancaster now. There he goes across the line, followed by Doucette in second. Caution flag is going to wave. That is the end of the stage. Lancaster picking up 10 bonus points plus the 1 bonus playoff point. Joey Doucette, Nate Maurer, Jason Collins, James Silvers, Gregory Carico, Scott Fritz, Brandon Robertson, Stephen Thomas, and Brandon Robertson, your top 10 in that stage.
Well, look at that, Adam Lancaster. BJ's going to run down, see if he can get a word with Adam. While he's doing that, let's go ahead and thank the sponsors. Roasted Jim's Coffee, Kinder Performance Butt Kicker, Blanchard's Towing, Huffman Performance, and Nitro Racing. All sponsors of the Bluegrass iRacing Series. You're watching the Bluegrass Xfinity Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV, simulcasted on DirtFan.com, Bluegrass Facebook, and Bluegrass YouTube.
Alright, we have caught up with our stage winner, the number 1 machine of Adam Lancaster. What a fantastic job. Good job on the pit strategy there. You pitted 4 laps later than the leaders did, and managed to work it out to where you had the fuel and everything you needed to the end. Well done.
Yeah, thank you, man. We're just trying to pull the right strategy there and make sure we had enough fuel to make it to the end of the stage there.
Well, you picked up 10 bonus points plus 1 playoff point. How crucial is that going to be going into the end of the season?
Well, all those points are important once you get in the playoffs, and it's important to move through the rounds, and obviously the playoffs is chaos, and you never know what can happen. So you need all the points you can heading into it. So glad to pick up the stage win, and glad to have some good speed here, and we'll just try to stay out of trouble and keep our nose clean, keep the fenders on it, and see what the rest of the race has.
You're going to be looking at about 75 laps once we go back green to the end of the race. What is the strategy? What's the mindset going into the remainder of this race?
Probably we'll just try to run this first run out and kind of let the race unfold and see how it plays out, and put ourselves in position to be up front at the end when it counts.
All right, congrats again on the stage win, and we'll get you back down there with your team. Where was that at?
Elite Motorsports.
Elite. All righty. Good luck to you.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, Darius Boyd lead the lap under caution. He's coming down pit road. With some more of these drivers. There's Adam Lancaster. And James Silvers. James Silvers will take the spot from Waynesville, North Carolina.
And that is going to allow Adam Lancaster to start right back onto the front row. I believe that's going to be the furthest up we've seen a driver start after winning a stage, going and getting his pit stop. So that's going to set him up really well to continue on for the race. Again, Adam Lancaster is also our race winner from week 1 at Talladega. And that was Ted Wade, I believe, still sitting on pit road right there. Not sure if maybe he got a penalty or something, or if that was a little bit of a bug there. There he is pulling out of the pits.
Well, he got that wave around. He's in 23rd spot now.
That's got to be a big hit to the way his race has been going. He was running up front all night long, and now he's cycled clear back in 22nd for this restart. That's going to be a massive hit on Ted Wade's night.
Well, one thing we saw last night, we saw some drivers that had to go to the rear for damage, for spinning out pit road, and, BJ, they managed to work their way up to get a top 5. I don't see why it's possible for Ted Wade to do that too.
It absolutely is. The pit cycles, green flag runs, cautions, all of that's going to come into effect as long as the driver can get in and out of pits quickly, run their pit strategies well, and avoid the chaos. It is very possible for these drivers to make their way back up. Looks like the lights are out on the pace car. Silvers is going to choose the inside. Lancaster to his outside. Row number 2 is going to be Collins, and Maurer. Row number 3 is going to be Carrico and Fritz.
Oh, I forgot to take that off. There you go. I didn't want to see that.
Good job, Steve.
Whoops. Down the back straightaway, the drivers are 2 by 2 in the hands of James Silvers. All right, they start to exit turn number 4 there. The pace car looking to make that left-hand turn down into pit road. Green flag is out. James Silvers, he's on the loud pedal. We're racing again here at Texas. Good start for Silvers. Lancaster in that second spot there. Maurer looking to the inside of Lancaster as they come out turn number 2. Side-by-side battle for second down the back straightaway. Lancaster now looks to the inside of Silvers into turn number 3. Give it to Lancaster for your race lead. We got caution on the speedway.
And I think that caution waved just in time to save Silvers from losing that position. Yes, it does. Silvers is going to maintain the lead. The caution flag waving just in time to save Silvers. It's going to be on a massive defensive as Lancaster's been strong all night.
As we look right now, Kenny Yance in the Ford machine. Oh, you look a little further ahead, the 31 of Darius Boyd is sideways there. He overcorrects it. Oh, gets into Travis Twitty there.
Collecting 4 cars along with him. Tough break for all 4 of those drivers.
As you look, there's Darius right there. He's already broken loose.
It almost looks as though he might have had it corrected, but the driver behind him didn't have anywhere to go and sends them both up into Kenny Yance and the 29 of Travis Twitty. Twitty not having very good luck tonight.
Yeah, definitely not. That's for sure.
Like the 16 of Doucette might have been involved in that one as well. Yes, he was further back from the checkup. Doucette did get caught in some of the chaos from the checkup further back in that one.
There you see Tony Iverson getting in the back of the 31. Well, let's rewind this just a tad bit. There you see Boyd gets really loose, comes down. I mean, Iverson just didn't have time to react.
Yeah, he really didn't. He tried to stick it down to the bottom. Looked like he seen it happen and tried to stick it on the bottom. But it looked like the 31 of Boyd just, as he got loose, it brought him on down the track. Iverson just got trapped. Several drivers, several innocent bystanders there just getting caught up in it. Unfortunate turn of events for them.
Remember, the cautions are brought to you by Blanchard's Towing, servicing Central Maine and beyond. Give them a call, 207-817-0105. So your top 5 looks like this: James Silvers, Adam Lancaster, Nate Bauer, Jason Collins, Scott Fritz. Your top 5: Gregory Carico, Michael Robinson there. And then you got Brandon Robertson, Stephen Thomas, and Bryce Hunter. Your top 10. You have Chris Blanchard, Tyler Stevens, Radbird Shutters, Sean Caritza there, and Jeremiah Hobbs. Your top 15. As the lights are still on the pace car.
Action-filled night here tonight. Not sure what if they extended the caution. It has been extended. A little bit surprising to see it extended. Not sure what they've got it extended for. Might be some timing and scoring issues going on there. Says technology, folks watching. Technology does have its issues from time to time, so everybody just trying to get it sorted out, make sure everything is correct before we roll off, turn the lights out, and get going back green. It does look as though they're setting up now for the lights to go out. Looks like Silver's going to choose the inside once again. It's going to put Lancaster back to the outside. Maurer inside row number 2. Collins to his outside. Fritz should be inside row 3 with Carrico on his outside for this restart. The lights are still on the pace car.
Well, they're getting their stuff situated. How about that? The new update on iRacing today, some new tracks. Kind of awesome. So, I know the dirt guys are excited about Port Royal being published.
Yeah, definitely a very cool track. I've quite enjoyed it. I got to race on it a couple of races before this broadcast, and I'm for one very, very pleased with the outcome of that track. One other thing that we got to see implemented is iRacing has given these drivers a proper start zone, so these guys are going to be able to see a point where it is clean to take off from here on the asphalt side. The leader will be able to control the field at any point within that start zone. The green flag should, I do believe, wave at the end of that start zone. So that gives the leader at this point in time, James Silvers, in the 33, that entire spot. It's a big red paint spot on the inside of the track. I'm not sure. I haven't actually looked. See if we'll see it right here. Okay, so I do not see it.
Well, you see the white lines. You do see those.
Yeah, we see that. The drivers see something different. I think it's a coating, almost like a big red spot on the track, I do believe, where they're allowed to fire at.
Well, now the lights go out. We're going to let them loose out of turn number 4. James Silvers and Adam Lancaster, your front row. Nate Maurer and Jason Collins in row number 2. Scott Fritz and Gregory Carrico in row number 3. Michael Robinson and Brandon Robertson in row number 4. James Silvers in control of the field.
Silver's not a driver we see up front a lot, but it's good to see him up front now in control of this field. Is getting ready to roll out of turn number 4. Pace car's going to be diving off here momentarily. You see him there now, goes down into the pits. Field's in the hands of Silvers. Coming into the start zone.
Right there.
Green flag waves.
Good start there for Silvers. As you see, Lancaster drops to the bottom there. Your top 4 down to the bottom. Now you're going to see Silvers. He pushes up. Lancaster to the inside. This is the battle for your race lead. Going down the back straightaway.
Silvers actually had a massive disadvantage when they pitted during the stage break. Silvers did not take tires. Lancaster did. Several of these other drivers around him took tires, so that is going to put Silvers at a massive disadvantage. He's going to be playing the defensive. You see him there trying to lock it down on the inside and hold tight to it and not give these drivers the inside where the track has been more dominant. I say that and look at Nate Maurer to the outside. Massive run off turn number 2 for that 971.
Maurer side by side with Lancaster. Give it to Maurer in turns 3 and 4 there. Coming out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Through the dog leg is Maurer. Leads that lap. Lap number 73. Or completion of lap 73. So we're on lap number 74. Good side-by-side racing for up front. Look at the 33 of Silvers now. He's starting to fade back. You got to wonder, did he only take gas?
Looking at the times that he was in a pit, he's got a 9.4 second pit time, whereas all the 4 drivers now in front of him have a 14.7 second pit lap or longer. So those guys did take 4 tires. Silver's taking either 2 tires or no tires on that, and you see the effects of it right now as he falls back very quickly. Battle going on for fourth between Fritz and Lancaster. Looks like Fritz is going to get it down into turn number 3. As the track gets cooler, the cars get tired. It looks like that high side is starting to become a more prominent, more dominant line, as we've seen the lead taken away from Collins Fritz around the outside. Fritz now falls back to 4th.
Lancaster.
Yeah, that one.
Don't confuse me now. As Nate Bauer is up front. Out of turn number 4. Down the little dog leg there. Completing lap number 76 on lap number 77 of 150. Your top 5 single file. Then you go back to Gregory Carico there in 6th. Brandon Robertson in 7th. Stephen Thomas into 23. Currently running in 8th. You got Chris Blanchard into 19 and Jeremiah Hobbs. Hobbs takes over that 9th position as Blanchard falls back to 10th. Good racing here up front. A little further back, there you see Mo Abbott in the 48. James Silvers. Redbird Shutters there. Doug Neal. Joey Dissett all the way to 19th. What about Justin Witters? He's 1 lap down in 27th position. He made contact with the outside wall early. Faded back. During his pit stop, took a little extra time. Repair that damage.
He can thank Steve for that. Hitting the wall.
Definitely. We was on his onboard when that happened. But
Nate Bauer leading the way. Fritz Collins single file out, spread out now down the back straightaway into turn number 3. These drivers taking it nice and easy. Still a long way to go in this race.
Nate Bauer, Scott Fritz Collins, 1, 2, 3. Single file. Mainly throughout the field, as you look right now, in 9th, Jeremiah Hobbs. He's looking to the outside of Gregory Carico there. Can't make it happen. He'll fall back in line as he go down the back straightaway into turn number 3.
Nearly making contact there on entry of turn number 3. You see that little bit of surge from the 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs. He had to back it back down. They catch up to several drivers up in front of him. Looks like the top 3 are starting to fall back just a little bit. The rest of the field now starting to catch up to him. Collins looks like he's about to be under attack from the 18 of Carico now. So we head down the back straightaway. Battle still going on further back through the field.
There's Bryce Hunter, currently in 15th. And the 9 machine. But look at your top 2. They are starting to pull away. Bauer and Fritz. Adam Lancaster in 3rd. Stephen Thomas. Jason Collins. As your front is starting to spread out. Jeremiah Hobbs in that 10 machine. Battling with Chris Blanchard in the 19. You got Brandon Robertson. Robbie Richards there. There's Ted Wade in that 32 machine.
He's currently sitting back in 13th. He was one of our top 2 drivers for the majority of the first stage of this race, and has now fallen all the way back. He's going to be fighting his way back up. He was a lap down, was able to get it back. Now he's working his way up, doing a pretty good job at it. Stuck on the outside right now, and his tires are wearing down, Steve. That outside line is starting to go away from him.
It definitely is. Now look at the 2 machine of Brandon Robertson battling with Robbie Richards there. To the outside of Richards. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. This is the battle for 10th and 11th. The run that Brandon Robertson gets into turn number 3 there. Meanwhile, back up front, Scott Fritz tried to chase down Nate Mauer. Nate Maurer, he played it pretty cool. Now he's up front. He started to pull away from Scott Fritz.
He has sat pretty silently here tonight. Fritz was able to catch up to him. Now Maurer's pulling back away once again. It's almost like Maurer's watching his mirror, he's backing off of it, trying to save a little bit, sees Fritz catch up, and he's like, okay, it's time to go now. Pulls back away from him again. Fritz doing a good job just trying to keep him honest. You see down into turn number 1, massive gain on Maurer from Fritz there. See back to the rest of the field. Awesome shots going into turn number 1. Gotta love these speed shots. Now they're actually right. We didn't have Hackney knock them all over again for us.
If you missed it last night, Keith Hackney made contact with the outside wall. And something weird happened to these cameras. That one flipped upside down. Never seen it before until last night.
I gotta say, I do think it would be kind of cool to actually see the cameras properly react based on where they're sitting. If somebody hits the wall, see them get knocked a little bit off kilter. The static cameras would be something pretty neat to see, I think.
Definitely it would. Maurer, Fritz, Lancaster, your top 3. Thomas Collins. Carrico there in 6. Michael Robinson. Chris Blanchard, Robbie Richards, Braden Robertson, Mo Abbott, Bryce Hunter, Joey Doucette, and Ted Wade, and Jeremiah Hobbs, your top 15. Then you got Sean Caritza there in 16th. Doug Neal, Radburn Shutters, Brad Deere, Darius Boyd, Ed Osborne, Logan Smith, and then Dylan Merriam. You're in 23rd. All on the lead lap, 24 through 36 are 1 lap down or out of the race.
Of our last 3 laps by, the fastest car on track, all 3 of those laps, is our 3rd place driver of Adam Lancaster in the number 1 machine. He is slowly but surely by about 0.2 of a second per lap, catching up to Maurer and Fritz. Fritz running about a 10th faster than Maurer, and Lancaster about a 10th faster than him. He is slowly reeling these drivers in. These top 3 are pulling away from the rest of the pack very, very quickly every single lap.
As you look at the battle box there, you see Adam Lancaster closing in on Fritz as we're on lap number 90. There is Nate Maurer coming across the start-finish line. That lap there, I would say Lancaster didn't close up as much as he did in the previous 2 laps.
Now, that last time by, Lancaster only about 0.04 of a second quicker, so it's about a 0.5 of a tenth that time. So not quite as quick as he was. The 23 of Thomas calling out pit stop. He'll be pitting this time around. 19 as well. That's going to be Chris Blanchard. None of our top 3 have caught up pit stops yet. We do have 5th place of Gregory Carrico. He's going to be pitting out of 5th position.
You see race leader Nate Maurer there. There's Gregory Carrico in 5th. As we're on board, you see him start to slow down out of turn number 4 there.
You know, that's something I've never been able to figure out. I can't seem to do it myself. I've always got to slow down and pull off the track in turn number 3, or I'm going to end up taking somebody else. So, props to these guys. That's not something that's real easy to do on these 1.5-mile tracks.
Definitely it's not. As you see, Nate Maurer there coming along to complete lap number 93 of 150 here at Texas. You're watching the Dwayne Collins Memorial, the Bluegrass Xfinity Series. There's Scott Fritz in 2nd. There's Adam Lancaster.
Top 3 now running almost identical lap times. All 3 of them have slowed down by almost a second, running nearly 32-second laps, all 3 of them. More drivers calling out pit stops. You see the 88, that of Michael Robinson heading down pit road. Our leader calling out pit. He's going to be pitting this time by Fritz Lancaster. Collins still not called anything out yet. They're still going to continue to push.
Hey, there you see the race leader come down pit road, heavy on the binders there. That's a little tricky.
It definitely is. You know, that drastic change in banking from the track to the apron, it is very easy to lose it. And there is Fritz calling out his pit stop this time by
Fritz,
as well as Kostritza.
well, Fritz is your race leader momentarily, as you see coming out turn number 4. He's going to duck it down into pit road. Adam Lancaster resumes the lead. Jason Collins in second. Brandon Robertson in the 2 machine. In third, Mo Abbott and Joey Doucette. Your top 5, there you got Ted Wade in 6. Brad Neer and Darius Boyd. Logan Smith and Ed Osborne, your top 10.
And if I'm Ted Wade, Adam Lancaster, Jason Collins, all of these guys, especially the drivers that were further back and working their way up through, I'd be taking a quick pit stop. I'd be coming in, taking fuel, going back out and trying to finish this race out. But they're going to be under heavy attack from those drivers that just went in and took tires and fuel. These guys are going to have to do some work here. As caution flag waves, that's going to put a massive wrench in the works. These guys that have worked their way up, put all these leaders down a lap due to the pit cycle. Steve, this is the same kind of thing we just saw last night in the truck series. A lot of these guys that were running up front are now going to be mired in the back behind lead lap cars when they get their laps back.
Bryce Hunter getting it loose there, getting around. Out of turn number 4. See right there.
Almost looks as though he was beginning to check up to try to take it down pit road, and it just snapped loose on him as he checked up. What's happening there is when these drivers are checking up through the turns, it's dropping the weight to the nose of the car, which is freeing up the rear end. You saw there, he just fishtailed heavy through turns 3 and 4 and just caught him. And it looks like that's going to be the 22 that got a piece of him there, Tyler Evans. Looks like he's going to be coming out all right, though. Very minor damage to that 22 machine.
As you look on board of Tyler Evans, barely make some contact with him. As pit stops have began, Mo Abbott, Logan Smith, Brad Neer, Joey Doucette, and Ted Wade all on pit road. There is Adam Lancaster and Jason Collins when they took that pit stop when the caution came out.
And that did mire those drivers a lap down, pitting under the green flag. So they're going to get their wave around. They're going to be able to get their lap back, but they're going to have to start behind Doucette, Wade, Neer, Smith, and Abbott that pitted under the caution just now. Those drivers coming out on top with that turn of events. They're going to be right back up there into the top 5. Lancaster will be starting in 6th. So he'll be right up there with them, but it's still going to mire him back from that top 3 that he did have.
Don't forget your caution brought to you by Blanchard's Towing. Covering Central Maine and beyond. Give them a call at 207-817-0105. Mo Abbott, your race leader. Hey, let's look off of Joey Doucette's car there. We're going to look off the front end. Mo Abbott has some damage on that rear end of that machine. There you see Dissett closing up on him. You can see that damage crinkled up in the center there of the rear end.
Yeah, that damage does not affect them near as much here as what we saw 2 weeks ago at Talladega or at Auto Club. Those tracks much higher speeds than what we have here at Texas, so it's not quite as crucial. Yeah, forgive me for going radio silent there for a moment. I am battling bronchitis and I just went through a bit of a coughing fit.
Well, look at Joey Dissett right now, currently in second. Last night in the Truck Series, coming home third with a epic finish at the line. Right now, currently running second, as it looks like Ted Wade is now back in third. Adam Lancaster in fourth. Jason Collins in fifth. Brandon Robertson in sixth. Brad Deere, Logan Smith, Darius Boyd, Scott Fritz, your top 10. Nate Maurer, Gregory Carrico there in 12th. You got James Silvers, Corey Stahl, Stephen Thomas, Robbie Richards, Chris Blanchard, Michael Robinson, Doug Dill, Radburn Shutters, and Jeremiah Hobbs in 21st. They're all on the lead lap.
Yes, they are. They were able to take that wave around from that caution there, get their lap back. Biggest benefactor on that one was Adam Lancaster. He was able to get the lucky dog, go around, get his lap in pit prior to everybody else that got the wave around pitting. A lot of those drivers that got the wave around, they were unable to pit due to that. So they're going to be on older tires. They're going to be struggling. In order to get the wave around, you have to not pit when the leaders do. So it looks like it's actually looking as though Lancaster's going to be allowed to move up into fourth here. It's a little surprising.
Lights are out of the pace car. Mo Abbott and Joey Dissett. The field's in the hands of Mo Abbott as they come out of turn number 4. That pace car looking to make a left-hand turn here out of turn number 4 down to pit road. Looking at the flag stand. Green flag is out here at Texas. Good start for Mo Abbott. Ted Wade in the 32 machine. Started.
Mo.
Huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I was just going to say Mo Abbott currently up 27 spots. He's going to fall back into second. Wade gets around him on the outside, takes the lead away. Here comes Lancaster as well around the outside of him. Abbott, those damages really actually affecting him right now a lot more than what I had expected by the looks of it. He's going to battle back on the inside to try to keep that second position from Lancaster. Lancaster now under attack for third from Jason Collins to his inside.
Down the back straightaway, Lancaster now looks to the inside of Mo Abbott. This is a battle for second. Abbott trying to hold him at bay on outside, but Abbott gets a little bit loose there, drops back. Now you look at Collins, takes over third. Abbott falls back to fourth. Your race leader, Ted Wade, into 32. Adam Lancaster has led a lot of laps tonight.
He won this first stage as well at lap number 60. He's currently sitting in second, doing a good job setting himself up for the last 45 laps of this race. Good chance for him to be able to take some more points here tonight and get the win.
Brandon Robertson there in the 2 machine, battling with Joey Dissett. Dissett into the inside of Mo Abbott. Abbott holds him off out of turn number 2. Now look at the run that Brandon Robertson gets down the back straightaway. Pulls alongside Dissett there.
Wrong glass for New Strong, Steve.
That is.
Doucette with a good run for him tonight. He's currently sitting 5th, which is where he started, but he's doing a good job staying up there in front, staying relevant. We got cars calling out their pit stops. These are the drivers that did not get to pit during that last caution so that they could get their lap back. They're heading towards pit road this time in order to get their fuel, get their tires, and hopefully for them be able to head towards the end of the race.
Then you see Justin Winters in the 7. He's currently running in 29th position. Then you see the 01. That's Scott Fritz, currently sitting 9th on the board. Nate Maurer in 10th position.
Best thing that could happen right now for Fritz would be to have another caution, as he's now on the move back up towards the front. He's got it. That caution would really help him if he were to get one and allow him to get caught up to these guys, get back up to their back bumper. Fritz doing pretty quick work still, getting himself back up into 9th position from being mired back after that unfortunate caution.
Ted Way continues to lead. There is Adam Lancaster's Jason Collins, and there's Mo Abbott. Abbott settles back down in that 4th position. Then you got Brandon Robertson in the 2 machine. Joey Doucette there in 6, and Brad Neer. Right now, these drivers are single filed out. Looking at the 6 machine of Brad Neer, putting heavy pressure on Joey Doucette. Gets in the back, gives a little push there, a little bump. No harm, no foul. As we got 40 laps to go here at Texas for Dwayne Collins Memorial, live on Ultimate Dirt TV. As there you see Ted Wade coming around, passing the flag stand. 39 laps to go.
Yes. Nice job, Steve. Good math there. Ted Wade absolutely walking the dog on the field right now, as he is still running the fastest times on the track right now. Last time by, he ran a 30.5, 30.6, the next fastest lap. And that was by Lancaster behind him. Wade doing everything he needs to do once again to win this race. We know that he's going to have to pit one more time. These drivers are only able to get about 30 laps of fuel with these cars.
As you look at the fan cam, the camera's sitting in the stands with the fans. See the leader, Ted Wade, coming out of turn number 4.
Packed house tonight.
Yes, it is. Definitely a packed house.
Good to see a packed house. It's nice to see everybody getting back to normal life.
There's your leader in 2nd place, Adam Lancaster. There is Jason Collins there.
Lancaster and Wade continue to pull away from the field ever so slightly. Collins, Abbott, and Roberts right there in 4th, 5th, and 6th. Trying to work their way up there, get caught up. Can't help but wonder. We saw him fall back very quickly there. In the 48 of Mo Abbott. He fell back very quickly, sits back there now. He's keeping up right now, but you can't help but wonder if that damage is hurting him in that draft right now, hurting that little group to get caught up. And as I say that, the caution flag waves.
The caution out on the racetrack, bringing out the Blanchard's Towing. Comes out for Jeremiah Hobbs in the 10 machine. Comes up, makes some contact with the 18. Ouch.
Look kind of painful. Good thing it's a simulator. It's like he just gets tight. You see his wheel almost at 90 degrees to the left. That car is pushing really hard up the track. Not much of a choice there but to get into him. Unfortunate for Hobbs and for, is that Blanchard, I believe it was on his outside?
I think. I'm not too sure.
Both of those drivers going to have heavy damage to their cars.
Well, the caution comes out, and you gotta wonder, is this when Ted Wade makes his pit stop? Or does he stay out?
I think right now, if I'm Ted Wade, I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to make my final pit stop with 30 laps to go. Really interested in seeing. Looks like he is going to stay out.
Oh.
Ooh, a last-second turn-in from Ted Wade. Not the decision I would have made. I would have tried to stay out till the last 30 laps of the race, take one more top off and 4 tires, and have that 30-lap stint to the end of the race. But these drivers are making a different decision. I mean, they do run a lot more asphalt than I do. So they definitely know a little bit more than what I do.
Let's see who comes off of pit road first.
You see Wade left side up now. That means he did take all 4 tires.
Scott Fritz.
And Fritz. Well done by Fritz. Gets his fuel, 4 tires. No, Fritz only took 2 tires. Fritz took right sides only. That means that car is most likely getting tight, and he's not liking it. Taking the 2 tires on the right side, that's going to loosen the car up for him. This could be a massive, massive change of events for Fritz to put him back up front and possibly, Steve, take that win.
Well, you got to wonder, how's the 2-tire situation going to play out with Adam Lancaster taking 4? You got to wonder, can he hold on? Can Fritz get his win of the season?
He's been right there the first 2 weeks, coming home in second. Both of the first 2 weeks of racing here in the Xfinity Series. And he's been a prominent figure in all 3 classes so far this entire season. He's been right there, ready, chomping at the bit to get that win in that 01 machine.
Yes, he has. That is for sure. Well, let's go ahead. While we're at it, go ahead and thank the sponsors. Roasted Jim's Coffee, Kinder Performance, Buckhacker, Blanchard's Towing, Huffbud Performance, Nitro Racing, all sponsors of the Bluegrass iRacing series on Ultimate Dirt TV, simulcasted live on dirtfed.com. It's a Facebook page. The Bluegrass Facebook page and YouTube. And Ultimate Dirt TV's YouTube page. A lot of places this race is going to streamed out tonight. Thank you for tuning in.
You know, Steve, I cannot wait to try that Roasted Gems coffee. I ordered me some. It is being shipped to me. I can't wait to try it.
You might stay up all night. Or you can be like me, drink coffee 24/7. It doesn't matter.
I kind of do. I do drink a lot of coffee. Right at the moment, I'm holding off because coffee and bronchitis don't mix very well.
Well, you know, like me, I leave for work early in the morning. We talked about it. A lot of people know I leave like at 5 in the morning to work, and I don't get off of work until like 5:30 in the evening. Come home, cook dinner, and then we go do this Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Whew. I need the coffee.
Yeah, I'd say there are some times where I just need the coffee. Most of the time, I just want the coffee.
Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to go greet out turn number 4. Scott Fritz and Adam Lancaster. Ted Wade and Logan Smith, Bo Abbott and Darius Boyd. Nate Maurer there in 7th. 8th is Robbie Richards. 9th is Michael Robinson. And then Ed Osborne, your top 10. As you see the drivers there in turn number 3. The pace car looking to make that left-hand turn. The field is in the hands of Scott Fritz. Green flag is back out. Scott Fritz with a good start. Into turn number 1, now you look at Ted Wade battling to the inside of Adam Lancaster. Side by side for second. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Lancaster just edging out Wade as they go into turn number 3. Wade running that bottom line. Lancaster right there on the outside. Lancaster gets loose there. He's trying to save it. Can he save it? He does. He does save it. Good job.
What a drive to hold on to that thing. And that's going to open up the door for Fritz to pull away massively. You seen the effects there? That was the effects of cold tires on a cooler track. Granted, yes, the cooler track gives you better grip, but cold tires still are like driving on ice, and you've seen it right there. Lancaster, one of our top drivers all night long, now is going to be mired back in 13th due to that, but what a job holding on to that machine.
Ted Wade in that second spot there. Got to wonder if he's trying to conserve it a little bit for the closing laps. Then you got the 971 and 8 miler there in third. Mo Abbott's in fourth. Then you got Darius Boyd, who's has a top 5 right now in that 31 machine. He was involved in the early race caution. You see damage on his rear end.
Wade closes in very quickly on Fritz by about 0.3 from out of turn number 2, up to 0.2 of a second going into turn number 1 behind Fritz. Drivers getting very heated over the comms right now. It's getting quite interesting, Steve, behind the scenes right now.
As you look right now, look at Ted Wade closing in on your race leader, Scott Fritz. Fritz only took 2 tires on the last pit stop. Wade took 4. As they come down the back straightaway, Wade is closing in on a hurry as they go into turn number 3.
One thing you're going to see is going to make a massive difference if Fritz can hold on to it long enough for Wade's tires to wear out behind him. Fritz, with the newer tires on the outside and the older tires on the inside, it's going to keep his car from tightening up as quickly as the others that have got 4 fresh tires. So right now Wade is faster, but if Fritz can hold on, you'll see that change, that balance out, and Fritz be able to pull it back away. Both these drivers still going to be in for another pit stop. They pitted on lap 116, so they're going to be looking right around lap 130 to 140 for another pit stop for their money stop to make it to the end of the race.
Well, let's look a little further back. Joey Doucette currently running in 14th position. Right behind him is Stephen Thomas, James Silvers, who led some laps early on. Oh, there's Silvers goes high. Something's wrong with that car.
And getting word over the comms now, Silvers has blown the motor. He's trying to keep it rolling while there are still cars coming by. He's going to try to coast it back to the pits so there's no caution coming out. Unfortunate for the 33 of Silvers. We saw him leading earlier. Now he has a blown motor.
Tough luck for that young man, as Scott Fritz has company. Ted Wade in his hip pocket there. 24 laps to go. As they come down the dog leg. 23.
The last 2 laps by, Fritz was just a little bit quicker than Wade. You're starting to see that balance out now from the 2 tires to the 4 tires. You're starting to see that balance back out between the 2. Fritz able to keep up his speed just a little bit more than Wade right now because of the 4 tires wearing the same way all 4 tires have been wearing, but Fritz with the older tires on the inside than he does on the outside is allowing his car to stay looser, allowing him to hold on to it longer, allowing him to maintain more speed through the corners than what Wade is right now.
As we're looking it up at the cricket up cam here at Texas, there you see your race leaders. Out of turn number 4. Scott Fritz continues to lead with Ted Wade, Nate Maurer there in third, Bo Abbott and Logan Smith, your top 5. Darius Boyd in 6. Bo Abbott up 25 spots to start this race in that 4th position. Coming to 20 laps to go here at Texas for the Dwayne Collins Memorial, live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
Abbott doing a fantastic job doing everything he needs to do. He is our biggest mover of the race right now. He's currently actually tied with Robbie Richards, both of them at 25 spots forward in this race. Everybody's single filing it out right now. There's 20 laps to go. They're taking it easy. They're biding their time right now, knowing that pit stops are gonna be starting. Several drivers in right now, more to come. These guys are just working out their game plan for the last 20 laps of this race.
Going back to Ted Wade with 19 laps to go. Scott Fritz sitting pretty right now in that lead spot.
What a move by Fritz on that last pit stop, just taking 2 tires instead of 4. Gave him the lead, was able to hold on to it. Lancaster getting loose earlier on really opened up the door for him to spread that lead out. Save on those 2 right side tires that he got. Take it easy. Now Wade was able to catch up to him, but Fritz ever so slightly is edging him out and pulling away from him. That move was one of the best moves he could have made on lap 116.
As you're on board with Ted Wade as they come out turn number 2, down the back straightaway. He's not really catching Fritz there. Fritz is actually pulled away a tad bit as he go down the trial or dog leg there and into turn number 1.
Fritz with a little bit of a connection. Oh, never mind. We're on Fritz now. Looked for a second there like Fritz disappeared the way you switched cameras there. But 32 of Wade calling up pit stops. He's going to be pitting this time by. It's going to give him good shot. Fritz going with him there. Top 2 heading down pit road right now. Nate Maurer is going to cycle out to the lead at 971. He led earlier on. He's back up there to it now. Can't help but wonder if he's going to be trying to save his fuel to push his way to the end of the race. Mo Abbott going right along with him behind him.
Mo Abbott. There you see Logan Smith, Darius Boyd, and Adam Lancaster, your top 5. Nate Maurer coming to 14 to go here at Texas. Maurer doing a good job there. There's Mo Abbott in the 48. Closing up on Nate Maurer there. And then a little way further back, you see the 85 machine of Logan Smith. Mo Abbott takes it down pit road for his final pit stop. Nate Bauer, Logan Smith, Darius Boyd, Adam Lancaster. There's Jason Collins. And Brandon Robertson. A little further back there, currently running 6th. Joey Dissett in 7th. Steve Thomas and Chris Blanchard. There's Nate Bauer just coming across the start-finish line with 12 laps to go for the Dwayne Collins Memorial.
If Maurer could possibly stretch it out and make it to the end of this race could be his. He's got all the way up to the top 11, top 12, a lap down right now. This race could get extremely interesting. You see side by side right now, that is for 10th and 11th right now with Ted Wade and Scott Fritz. These drivers are very close to being a lap down. Or are a lap down. I'm trying to figure out where, yes, they are a lap down. They are working hard to catch back up to Nate Maurer and get it back. Maurer doing everything he can just to hold on right now.
There's Darius Boyd currently running in that 2nd spot there coming out of turn number 4. Nate Maurer is going into turn number 1. That's the distance between 1st and 2nd. Adam Lancaster back up to 3rd. Brandon Robertson in 4th. Jason Collins in 5th. 10 laps to go for Nate Maurer.
Looking at the times, Maurer is running extremely slow compared to everybody else. He is definitely spending a lot more time off the throttle, doing everything he can to save it. Does look as though he's going to be trying to stretch it to the end of this race. He's got 9 laps left to do it. If he can do it, Steve, it's going to be possibly even more impressive than what we've seen from the 2-car last week at Auto Club.
Yes, that happened last week, Running out of the gas on the last lap, the last turn, coming down the front straightaway. Nate Maurer, you gotta wonder, did he see that? Like, you know what? If I play my cards right, tonight could be the night.
He definitely could have. He sat pretty quietly all night long. Only sitting 3 spots ahead of where he started, but he stayed quiet. Didn't make a lot of noise, didn't push for the lead early on, just bought his time, saved on his tires, saved on his fuel, and right now he's doing what he needs to do to win this race if he can just hold on for 7 more laps.
Well, Adam Lancaster just got around Darius Boyd, that's for 2nd. Darius falls back to 3rd. Then a little further back you see Jason Collins battling with Brandon Robertson, that's for 4th and 5th on the track. Side by side with 7 laps to go down the back straightaway into turn number 3. You gotta wonder, with 6 laps to go, there is 2nd place, Adam Lancaster. Moving up, there's your race leader. He's in the middle of 1 and 2 there. Nate Maurer out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. There's Lancaster.
He's just called out his pit stop. He is not going to be able to do it. He is pitting this time by. He cannot make it. That is going to give the lead to Lancaster. If Lancaster can hold out. Both of these drivers pitted on the same lap, back on lap 116. Our top 3 drivers are 116 lap drivers. Doucette, lap 119. Several of these drivers are stretching their fuel a lot further than what we've seen all night long, doing everything we can. You see right there, Lancaster extremely slow through turns 3 and 2. Very likely he's either shutting off the car or clutching it, trying to save everything he can. Looking on back, you see second
place of Jason Collins there in 2nd place. Then you look a little further back there. In 3rd is Brandon Robertson closing in on Jason Collins. And there is Joey Dissett there in turns 3 and 4. Jason Collins takes the race lead.
Lancaster headed for pit road.
Gosh.
caution flag waves. This is going to help several of those drivers out that had not pitted yet, that were trying to make it to the end of the race.
Oh.
Ooh.
Brandon Robertson, we just got off. We was on
Ow.
camera with him. We just got off, and he hit that wall.
Steve.
Let's take another look at it. Looking from the cockpit there. You see him coming to the start finish line.
Look at his RPMs drop all the way to nothing right there coming across the stripe. Not sure if he's shutting the car down there. That's going to be my guess. Watching his RPMs drop down, I'm going to say he's probably shutting the car off, trying to save fuel. Thought he was in the clear, the car behind just caught up to him too quickly and into the back of him. Just look at how fast his car behind him comes up. Starts to go around the outside, just didn't have enough time to do it. That's probably going to end the night for Roberts. Jason Collins does not pit. He did not pit on this pit stop. He has not pitted, Steve, since lap 118. He's going to be using fuel right here, pacing. And then we're going to have a green-white checkered. He's just added laps onto that fuel tank. I don't know how he's going to make it.
We got to look at Ted Wade in second, Scott Fritz, Mo Abbott, Robbie Richards, Ed Osborne, Michael Robinson, and Brad Neer on the track right now. Joey Dissett, Stephen Thomas, Chris Blanchard, Nate Maurer, Redbird Shutters, and Darius Boyd in 13th, all on the lead lap.
Wade, Fritz, Abbott, and Richards all going to be starting behind Jason Collins, all going to be on fresh tires by the looks of it. Wade and Fritz possibly only taking 2 tires, looking at their pit time. They're going to be starting second and third. Collins is going to be under massive attack.
So you look there, Jason Collins has 5 stops on the night. Ted Wade with 7 stops. Scott Fritz with 5.
You know, these drivers with less pit stops, that's less time off the track. That's less time that they're running at a slower pace down pit lane, less time that they're stopped. That is going to allow them to that is going to allow them in the end to be able to get further up through the field, and you see it working right now as they're going to be lined up second and third, Fritz and Wade. Collins right now. I still just cannot wrap my head around it, Steve. I can't. I don't understand the call here not to pit.
Well, it might not be for us to understand, that's for sure, but Jason Collins will bring the field back to the green as the lights are still on the pace car.
And I would like to point something out for the people watching the race. Sometimes I see it. It's actually not sometimes. I see it all the time. People thinking that we make bad calls and stuff like that. All we are here to do is make a call as we see it. We don't take the time to look at all the different angles like race control does. They're able to look at several different angles on a caution, make a call on a caution, and know exactly what's going on. We have our cameras that we have to watch from, that we have to show you from, yeah, they're not race control cameras where you can see absolutely everything. So you cannot go by things that we tell you on making a call. You cannot blame a call on us. You cannot say that we made a call. that was wrong. You cannot say that race control made a call that was wrong because it's something that we see. We call what we see. And the lights are out on the pace car. Looks like Colin's going to call the inside on this one.
As you look at the lap time on there, green, white, checkered. Pace car looking to make that left-hand turn. Fields in the hands of Jason Collins. Green flag is out. Good start for Jason Collins.
That start's going to be exactly what he needs here on the older tires. Now he's got to defend it. Diving down into turn number 1. He's going to take the inside. You're going to see these fresh tires want to take to the outside. Right now he's seeing the best thing he can possibly see behind him with Wade and Fritz side by side. Look at the speed off of turn number 2 in comparison to Collins there.
As you look at the Wade at 167, Collins at 172. White flag, final lap in the books. Can Jason Collins do it? Fritz to the inside of Collins in turn 2. He makes contact with Fritz. Fritz slides up. Here comes Ted Wade. Ted Wade to the outside. Takes the race lead down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. There you see Jason Collins falls back quick. Gives second to Scott Fritz. Out of turn number 4. Picking up the win tonight. It's going to be Ted Wade, Scott Fritz, and look at this, Joey DeSette with another podium finish. As mayhem happens coming to the checkered.
What a finish. Cars everywhere. The 12 car of Robbie Richards, part of a lot of that as he goes down, touches the apron coming out of turn number 4. He was set up to take third where he touched the apron there, sent him up, squeezed the 48 up into the wall, and he collects several drivers. That's going to allow Doucette to take third. That's his second podium. That is
just how it happened last night, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And that is Scott Fritz's. I want to put this one out there. Scott Fritz is 3 for 3, taking second place. 3 for 3, take second here in the Xfinity Series.
What a finish here at Texas for the Bluegrass Xfinity Series. Look at all board with Chris Blanchard. See the mayhem starting up front there. The 12 upside down. All right.
Steve, real quick before we do interviews, I want to get another look at that awesome finish between Wade and Fritz side by side for that finish. 13 thousandths of a second to the finish line.
Let's see here. That's him coming off pit road.
Yeah. That looks like lap 135, I'm thinking.
Let's see here. There's the finish. Coming out, turn number 4. Look at Fritz, closing in a hurry. Pulls alongside Wade.
by a splitter almost, it looks like. Man, that was close. Alright, looks like we got our drivers in the staging area.
All right, so let's go right ahead. Caught up with your winner tonight. Ted, you barely held on to that win. Scott Fritz on the last turn down the straightaway. Almost got you there.
Oh, yeah, man, I was sweating bullets right there at the end. I didn't think we were going to get back up here to Jason, and it looked like he had a little bit of hiccup in 1 and 2. That was a hell of a race, though.
Definitely it was. I mean, take us back. I mean, you ran up front early in the race.
Yeah, I kind of got cycled out on pit stops there, got shuffled to the back, and I kind of got in a little incident back there. I didn't think I was going to be able to recover from it, but I think we had a yellow fall somewhere there in the middle, and it kind of got me caught back up with everyone. But, man, I mean, me and Scott, we were battling. It seemed like every pit stop. I knew I had to get out in front of him. If I didn't get out in front of him, he was going to take off from me.
Definitely. So you held on, coming up with the win tonight. I mean, the car seemed awesome there to close the laps. We move on to next week. What do you take away? The momentum?
Yeah, I'm going to try to carry some momentum. It's my first race with these guys. Definitely a good group of guys here, man. They were pretty fast. Everyone was, for the most part, pretty clean. Try to keep my head up and go into next week.
Definitely. Go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to give John Hedrick at Overtop the Designs big shout out. He does a lot of my paint schemes. I'm still waiting on mine for here. He's working me one up right now. Upfront Motorsports, Bruzy Racewear, and Racer Apparel.
All right. Give it up for Ted Wade picking up the win.
Before you get out of here, Ted, I want to say I was pulling for you. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx you, but you were my pick for tonight for the win. I had to pick West Virginia, boy. I'm only about an hour from Parkersburg, so awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks. Appreciate that.
All right, Ted Wade picking up the win here in the Xfinity Series. BJ Duvall cut up with second place. It's Scott Fritz.
Scott, 3 weeks in a row coming home in second. What a run here tonight.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of finishing second.
I bet, man, it was close. It was 13 one-thousandths of a second difference between you and Wade. Walk us through that last lap there, getting up there with him.
Yeah, I knew Jason was on old tires. He was really tight on fuel also because he was on the one-stop strategy. And Jason kind of left the bottom open there, and then I had a run, and we got 3 wide. And then I kind of let Jason go because I didn't want to enter that low and wash up and take him out. And then he ended up washing up again a little bit, and I got by him. And then Ted got really loose off of 4 there. And I know he was on 2 tires, and I was on 2 tires also. And he got really loose, and we almost had him there. But second again.
I seen the strategy, and it was working out for you really good prior to that last caution. I seen you take the 2 tires there on lap. I think it was the lap 100 caution. You took 2 tires, were able to get the lead from that and hold on to it. What was the strategy and the mindset behind taking 2 tires there?
Yeah, well, I thought I had probably the best car. We were fast all night, and I lost a little bit of track position there at the end of the stage because just different fuel strategies. And we got it back, and then that caution during green flag pit stops when I was leading the race freaking killed us. Put me a lap down. Luckily, I was the first one, so I got lucky dog. But then we were sitting like 10th, and that caution came out, and I was like, well, the cars get really tight in the long run. The right sides will loosen me up. So I took rights there and gave us the lead, and then I held on, and car was great. Then we had that. Then when we had the green flag pit stops, I was like, well, I kind of showed my hand there that right sides work. That they're going to take right sides here and have a whole lot faster pit stop. So I was kind of risked it and took right sides again. So I had really old lefts, and the car was really loose, but it was really, really good, and ended up working out for us.
Congratulations again on your second place finish. Go ahead and thank those sponsors that help you get it
Yeah,
up there.
obviously, I gotta thank T-Berry Motorsports and all them. Majula Safe Speed Shop, CFM, Bluegrass Reapers, another good night for us. I know Jason was leading there at the end. I feel bad because I kind of got into him a little bit there, but him and Mo and Brandon, and I know he was leading and got taken out, so I hate it for him. But then obviously Wrath, ATV, UTV, 65 Racing and Tire Solutions, Butt Kicker, and Bluegrass, and everyone for putting it on. Brian and Race Control, and then obviously you two in the booth.
Alrighty, congratulations again on your second place finish, and hope to see you back out here tomorrow night in the Cup Series. Maybe get your first win finally.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Alright, I believe Steve has caught up with our third place finisher.
It's Joey DeSette. Hey, two nights in a row.
Woo!
Last couple of feet.
I let go of the wheel this time. I didn't hit my thumb. Hit my thumb. I told my guys, I was like, oh, I'm heading to the inside wall again, and I was like, this time I'm letting go of the wheel.
I bet you're singing "Jesus Take the Wheel," weren't you?
Yep, definitely. I was like, you know what? I'm letting go. I learned my lesson last night finishing like this. But man, these finishes, that truck series last night, this Xfinity tonight, finishing like this. I mean, it's wild, but I mean, holy moly!
Definitely some good finishes for you this week. I mean, excitement. The wreck's happening, right coming to the checkered. Is that something for us to, going into tomorrow night in the Cup Series? Do you think we will see that coming to the checkered?
I mean, it puts on a great show. I don't like to see it, but it puts more excitement. So I kind of actually really, really want to see it and see how close. I mean, especially if it's 1-2 and the leaders are going sideways across the line or something like that. Now that would be an awesome finish and an awesome photo at the end.
Are you racing tomorrow night?
I am off. I do not race in the Cup Series.
You should do it because you can go maybe 3 for 3 for a third place finish.
Hey, I might. I don't. It's up in the air. I mean, if I do it, I do it. I'm not really good in the next gen cars, but I'm getting a little bit better. Just biding my time and hopefully, get better at those cars so I can race with them guys.
If you race tomorrow, the odds in Vegas, of you finishing third are pretty high.
I hope so. Wait, should it be finishing third sideways or the regular way? Now that's the bet that you need to put it on.
That's true. Someone can make some good money on that one if that happens.
My goodness.
Well, go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Kinder, Huffman Designs, Belancher's Towing, you guys, Jason. Again, shout out to Jason. He lost his father last week, so my thoughts and prayers go to him. My buddy Bill. The session wasn't up exactly at 7. He put one up. He taught me a line that I never thought I would run, and it made me a lot faster. My buddies on that follow me on Twitch. There's so much support. My family, my friends. I do this because I love it. And again, if you're not in Bluegrass, you are not having fun, because finishing like this and finishing good each week, just with the group of guys, is fun.
Definitely. Whew. Well, if we see you tomorrow night, good luck. If not, we will see you next week.
I appreciate it, fellas. You have a good night, and thank you.
You're welcome. That's Joey DeSette coming home in third tonight. Well, BJ, what a good finish we got to see. A wild finish. 2 nights in a row. Can't wait to see what the Cup Series brings tomorrow night.
Oh, for sure, man. At every single race we see here in Bluegrass just seems like it gets more and more exciting. Loving what we're doing here.
All right, until tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Steve McMillan with BJ Duvall. We're going to say God bless, good night, and see you here tomorrow.